Derekh Chamblee, CyberCitizen Network. It's Monday, January 23rd, 2017, day 4 of our new President Donald Trump's administration. I'm going to roll this here.
This is Derekh Chamblee. It's Monday, January 23rd, 2017. We're looking at a photograph from compliments of Wikipedia of Michael J. Quill, the Myghty Quill. And we're into the day 4 of the presidency of Donald Trump, and he's issuing a flurry of executive orders in his first 100 days, and we're examining today the 100 days of Franklin Delano Roosevelt established the New Deal. Well, our new president is establishing the Great Deal. This is Michael J. Quill, the founder of the Transport Workers Union in 1934, which led through his speeches and organizing and assemblies, led to the introduction of African American workers into the unions, into the workplace as part of the unions in the 1930s.
And then, also the particular organizing of Michael J. Quill. You'll notice in the photograph, we're still rolling here. You'll notice in the photograph there, he's standing on what's known as a soapbox. And probably when that photograph was taken, it was New York City. And standing on that soapbox with the American flag, he was exercising freedom of speech and speaking to the workers and the general public, and organizing his assemblies and meetings and whatnot, and the foundation of the labor union. And at one point in the 30s, he organized a subway workers' strike in New York City that ultimately former President Franklin Delano Roosevelt intervened in that particular strike in subway workers in New York City. Also at various points in the 1930s, Michael J. Quill was jailed, and the leadership of his unions were jailed in the United States of America. There was one point at which Adolf Hitler, and we covered that in Cyber Circle time, Adolf Hitler invaded the Soviet Union in June of 1941, and the various labor unions were able to reach agreement, and Michael J. Quill and the leadership were freed from jail, and the whole country got busy making war machine types of things to deal to the Chinese and the British. And at that time, Franklin Roosevelt, according to an article in Wikipedia, one of his goals was to make the United States of America the arsenal of democracy. And we're following the first 100 days of the New Deal, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and we're going to put the Trump brand on the New Deal, and we're we're going to call it, it's not a fair deal. It's not a new deal. It's a great deal. I wanted to show you this too. The Michael J. Quill. It's quite an interesting story, and then we'll get back to that. If I can get this to cooperate here. Wanted to show you okay, still rolling here. I wanted to show you the old-fashioned quill, the Myghty Quill. And we'll see if we can get this for you. At any rate.
Derekh Chamblee again, CyberCitizen Network again, broadcasting from Chamblee, Atlanta, Georgia. Chamblee, Atlanta, Battleground Zero, the epicenter of the civil defense and the soul of the United States of America. We're looking at a photograph out of Wikipedia of the quill, ink bottle and quill, and in the particular article, it notes that the Magna Carta, the Declaration of Independence, were written and signed with quills. And so we're following the executive orders of the new President Donald Trump as he issues a flurry of executive orders in his first 100 days to emulate the first 100 days of Franklin Delano Roosevelt and former President Barack Obama. And it's not a new deal as it was in the days of Franklin Roosevelt. It's not a new deal with our new President Donald Trump. And it's a great deal. And this is the old ink bottle and quill. Interesting in the article in Wikipedia on the quill that the best quills were made for right-handers, right-handed writers from the left wing of the bird, from the left wing, one of the left wing feathers of the bird, and that's kind of interesting. As we probably know, former President Barack Obama was a left-hander. So, at any rate, this is the ink bottle and quill, the Myghty Quill. The quill is mightier than the sword. Derekh Chamblee, CyberCitizen Network. We're following the executive orders of our new president, Donald Trump, and his great deal.
Yeah, well, there you have it. Interesting thing about the first 100 days of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he established what came to be known as the New Deal Coalition. And the Fifth Party actually came to be known as a coalition of labor unions, big city machines, ethnic whites, African Americans, and southern rural whites. And it really shaped the politics of the 20th century after that point. And we mentioned, perhaps we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again, that perhaps our new president is more like Herbert Hoover than Richard Nixon. So after the 1932 election, when Republican President Herbert Hoover lost to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and the United States of America was in the throes of the Great Depression, in 1933, starting March 4th, which was actually day one for Franklin Delano Roosevelt because the inaugural was later at that time. Starting March 4th, Franklin Delano Roosevelt issued a flurry of executive orders with his pen, he probably didn't use a quill from the feather of perhaps the left wing. At any rate, maybe he did, but he probably didn't use one of those old-fashioned quills, and it became known as the first 100 days. And this is what we're following, the executive orders of our new president, Donald Trump, today. And it's really questionable whether he will form some sort of coalition and really unite the country. He said that he's going to form, he's going to bring about a lot of jobs. He's going to bring the jobs back from overseas. But really, there have been a series of articles about how difficult that's going to be because robot technology has replaced a lot of jobs. And so, you know, maybe the robots will form a union, and maybe the workers of the United States of America will need a series of strikes. Maybe the new president, Donald Trump, will need to intervene in nationwide strikes in the big cities that did not vote for Donald Trump. And this is Derekh Chamblee, Atlanta, the next great American city, Battleground Zero, the epicenter of the civil defense of the United States of America, the soul of the United States of America. And we just want to honor Michael J. Quill, the Myghty Quill, and we want our freedom of speech, and we want our freedom of assembly, and we want to work along with this new president. Thank you very much.